me to show you.
All right. You also have a variety of colors that you can choose from. Which represents your attitude best?
Blue, kind of cool. I first heard of the university when I was in high school in New Orleans because two classmates of mine came up here, but of course I didn't know anything about it. But I first had contact about 1997. A little bit bigger. 1997. When
Peter, tell them your name.
my name's Peter Foss. F-O-S. When my daughter told me when she was in 9th grade at Hancock High School that she wanted to become a Southern Miss. So then I said, that's not paying attention. So I said, hey, so I'll draw. Good thing she's not here. I'll draw my daughter. Very good.
Okay, thanks. Who's next? Can we pass one?
No.
What this does is it should give you a spread and a continuity. I assume no one was here in 1910. But somewhere down there we'll get a starting point.
When
Mayor, they all know you, but
Johnny Dupree, sorry. Sometimes my name is Mayor. But I first attended USM in 1972. And I was also had a scholarship to Morehouse and to Jackson State, but my wife was pregnant. And so she told me that she wasn't my wife. So I mean, that's a sort of story. So she told me I needed to stay here. And so what I remember about this was getting married. That's a ring for me.
Okay. All right.
I'm Elliot Pood, and this may surprise you. My first contact was in 1970. I was an undergraduate student in Florida and came here to participate in the Golden Eagle debate tournament. In 1970, my partner and I won the Golden Eagle debate tournament. So, I'm going to draw a gavel.
Good. These are the kinds of things you never normally tell each other. Okay, who's next? You got to move quickly now. Right.
All right, I'll be the oldest one that gets up here right now. I think mine was in 1960. Oh, by the way, I'm Lou Ann Pointer from Hattiesburg. 1960, I was a sophomore in high school, and I came to band camp here. And I played the French horn, but at band camp, I was a majorette, so I'm just going to do a little baton here for my singing.
Okay, who's next? All right. Long way to travel.
All right. Well, this is interesting. I go back to about 1960 here. I'm sorry, I'm Patsy Anderson. And what happened is my grandmother lived in Moselle. So we would come up Highway 49, go to Moselle, and we'd ride in the car, and I noticed this sign that said Southern College, I believe. And so I started asking my dad, what is Southern College? And he said, that's where you go when you get to be a big girl. So that was when I started learning.
Who's next?
My name is Alvin Williams, and my first association was in 1971 as a 16-year-old freshman in front of Bond Hall, and I remember quite well the encouragement I received from Joe Green, who was the dean of the College of Business. So I'm going to attempt to draw Joe with his pipe. At that time, he was smoking in college, and that's what Joe did all the time.
These are the stories that lead to fundraising.
My name is Joe Olney. My first kind of official was about 1965, rooting vehemently for the Golden Eagles as they played Ole Miss. Football.
Get right in line and jump right up there.
I'm Erica Lewis, and my first encounter with Southern Miss was about 2004. As an undergrad at Tennessee State, about to finish my BS in physics, I was searching for somewhere to go for graduate school. I was intent on going back home to Illinois, and I found Southern Miss while searching the internet for physics master's program. So that's how I come to Southern Miss. I'll draw on a computer.
Computer, we've reached a generation. Where we see she's not at that other end. Thank you so much. Who's next?
I'm Wendy Fitz. My first time, 1982. I was 13. I'll add that. My brother and my sister both were in school here. And instead of having a fantastic and wonderful spring break with my junior high friends in Florida, I came to Hattiesburg and spent it at the University of Southern Mississippi, checking out their classes and everything else. So that began my spring break love affair.
Okay, next.
Well, I'm Myron Henry. I first became acquainted with the University of Southern Mississippi in 1998 through a friend who had been here, Jeannie Smitty. Some of you may remember her. And she persuaded me to show interest in a position here, and I eventually applied for that. I'm going to put down a sunburst here, because the sunshine here is sure a lot different than North Country where I came from.
Thank you. All right.
I'm next.
Another one?
Yeah, my name is Ron Starr. I work in the Department of Educational Leadership and Research. And here's my story. In 2002, I was on campus with my son who was auditioning for the music program here. And I ran into a friend of mine who was working here at USM. He said, you know, Ron, you say you've always wanted to be a college professor. We have some vacancies in our department. Why don't you apply? 3 months later, I worked here. So, shock, and then, of course, many question marks.